Okay. Hi. Hello. My name is Sean, and we're going to build a character using Ballad of the Pistolero, which is now live on Kickstarter. It has like 7 days left, or 8 days left. I can count. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to build a duelist. So the first thing we're going to need to do is roll ourselves some attribute numbers. You know, too many windows. Alright, so the first thing in character creation is we need to roll our 6 stats. So we have brawn, quick draw, vitality, so that's your physicality, your reflexes, and your health. And then our book learning, which is how smart you are, your common sense, which is if you play D&D, it's like wisdom, and your charm. Alright, so we generate our skills by we roll 3d10s, and then we add that number to 25. And so once we have those 6 numbers, we can put them anywhere we want. And if you get less than 40, you get a 40. Alright, so let's go ahead over here to roll 20. Roll 3d10 plus 25. Let's go ahead and copy that, because I've got to make macros. Ooh, a 50, that's good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so we did pretty good. We're going to have a pretty nice Pistolero here. Go ahead, I'm just going to write some of this stuff down here in side of roll 20, and then I'll pull out the character sheet, and we will pray that I don't mess up this Word document that is my character sheets. 34, 42, 42, 45, 33. Alright, so those are our stats. Then, the next thing we do is we're going to go ahead and place those. So we're going to make a duelist who is going to want to have a high quick draw and probably a high charm and vitality. He's all about, pulling his gun out real quick and the like. Alright, so here we've got the character sheet. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to name him Guybrush. Say hi, Guybrush. I have a helper today. Alright, so we're going to name him Guybrush. And, I don't know, he's 20. Why not? His profession is he's a duelist. And we haven't gotten to it yet, but later we'll pick his hat, which is kind of a version of alignment. Alright, so we're going to give him 50 on the quick draw there. Let's go ahead and give him 42 from his vitality. We'll go ahead and put 33 in common sense. One of those 45s in charm. So we have a 32, which can, or 34, which can go ahead and put in brawn, and we have another 42, don't we? Yep. So we'll go ahead and put that in his book learning. And so beside here are the modifiers, which will end up being the 10 space, but we're going to wait until we finish character creation to put those in case we have things inside of our profession once we start buying upgrades and feats, just so that we make sure that the raw numbers are done, or if we have anything that adds to that modifier. So we're just going to hold off on those for a moment here. Alright, so then the next thing we need to look at are our hit points, which is just going to be a d10 plus your vitality modifier. So again, we're going to hold off on that because we haven't fully locked down our mod. And then our stamina, which is the raw number. And again, I'm going to hold off on that until I buy professions and such, because the stamina can go up. And there's no reason to calculate it right now when it could change. Alright, so Moxie is what all of your skills kind of pull from. So you have X amount of Moxie, you get it back with a long night's rest or booze. And it's what you use to fuel a lot of your skills and your feats. So you generate Moxie by you roll 3d10, you add that to 20, and then you multiply it by 2. And that's the most complicated thing in the entire uh, generation is Moxie. So we got a 29, and then, because I'm bad at math, so we have 58 Moxie. So let's go ahead and jot that down here on our sheet. 58 Moxie. And as you see here, that's for, we'll get to what that means in a second here. I'm pointing with my finger. I should use my mouse, you know, because I'm on a computer. All right. Then the next thing we do is we have luck. So your luck is just that, you know, everyone has so much luck in their life, and you can test against luck, and you can also spend luck to make things better, but, you know, your luck never regenerates. So you generate your luck by rolling a d100. Real simple. Alright, this duelist is not a very lucky man. He has 30 luck. So he might live a short life. Who knows? Alright, so the next thing then that we're going to do, now that we've generated these things, alright, so for some skills and effects, you need to know when you are at full, half, and a third. Usually that's your stamina, your moxie. So we will fill that out once we complete those. So now we have to pick a profession, which we know we're going to be a duelist. So when you pick your profession, you'll get skills to be proficient in, you'll get equipment, you'll get a feat, and then you get 2 advancements from the chart. And so inside that chart, you'll have 10 advancements. You take 2 of them. I'll explain that in a second. All right, when you pick a hat, you can be white, black, or brown. That's kind of good, bad, neutral. So Guybrush here, in the fashion of not game Guybrush, but Guybrush who's in my lap, he gets a black hat. All right. So now let us go down to the duelist. We'll just scroll. Alright, so here we have the duelist. Alright, so first off, we're going to write down what they get as a skill, because every profession comes with a skill that you just get. So they have shoot from the hip. So at the start of any combat, they can pretty much draw their pistol and just unload as many rounds as they have in it. And that costs them 3 AP. They have to make a test each time, and there's no modifiers on the test. It also costs them 30 Moxie. He only has 58 Moxie, so I mean that's a lot of, you know, he's going full bore right there in the beginning of any encounter. So scroll down here, professions, abilities, and feats. Okay, that in format is like I wanted it to, but we'll just write shoot from the hip. This is clearly kind of a character sheet that's designed more to be written on than typed in. Alright, so our proficiencies are guns, athletics, perception, fighting, gamble, and reaction. So when you have a proficiency, you immediately will get plus 10 to any test you take with those skills. So what we'll do, and this is kind of over here, we're going to go ahead and mark what we have a proficiency in. So we have guns. I'm just going to, I don't know, I'll just highlight it. Athletics, which comes from our brawn. Perception. Gamble, which is an advanced skill. Anytime you test an advanced skill, if you're not proficient in it, you'll have disadvantage, which means you roll 2d10, and if swapping them makes it worse, then you make it worse. And then reaction, which is it's just a basic skill. Alright. Come here. Highlight you. Alright, so those are the proficiencies they start with. So, and then he's got his gear. So he's got clothes, he's got some tobacco, he's got a garish pair of chaps because he's a gunslinger. He's got 2 Colt single action army revolvers with 30 rounds. Alright, so the way kind of you advance your character is at story points, your narrator will say take an advancement. Every character has 10 advancements they can take, because again, their lifespan's not supposed to be exceedingly long. You want to think of this as more of like a movie or a trilogy than like, I don't know, an extended campaign. So the way to read this is anytime you see numbers here on the ability scores, that means that's the max advancement to that score you can take, and you take them in 5% increments. Well, in increments of 5. And then secondary, you're going to get a skill. So you're going to get proficiency in a skill, a stamina boost, a moxie boost, and a feat. So since we've already got a feat, and we're going to pick a feat because everyone starts with one. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to boost his. I'm going to take a skill, and I'm going to take 5 to his quick draw. So I'm going to up his guns here to 20. So now any gun test he takes is at plus 20% before it gets modified by the difficulty imposed by the narrator. And his quick draw is a 55. Alright. And now we're going to take, we're going to look down here at feats. Feats. Alright. So we have a number of feats we can pick for a duelist, something like ambidextrous. So if, one hand gets wounded or mangled, you can use your other one, or called shot would probably be good. Maybe dodger. Let's go ahead and give him, I think we'll go ahead and give him dodger. So bullets can't touch you. If you fail a dodge test, you can spend 15 moxie to swap the units in the tens value on your D100 if it would make the roll a success. Since he is going to want to avoid getting shot. So just write down feat. I can type dodger. Alright. So now that we've done that, we can go over up here and we can assign his modifiers. So brawn is a 3, that's a 5, that's a 4, that's a 4, it's going to be a 3, and that's going to be a 4. Alright, so his hit points, we need to roll a d10. Alright, so it's 4 plus his vitality mod, which we have established is a 4, so he has 8 hit points. And when he's at half his hit points, he's at 4. Alright, so his stamina is his vitality, which is 42. And then 42 divided by 2 is 21. And then 42 divided by 3 is 14. Alright. And then his moxie is 58. And we can already see on the character sheets, definitely gone screwy on me. There we go. Just keep it in line. And 58 divided by 3. Alright. And then you round up on these. So we don't need to round up because it's 0.3 repeating. So it's 19. Alright. Coolio. Now we have our hit points, our stamina, our moxie. We know our brawn. We know all our quick draws and our abilities. We've got our stats. And then over here, you would fill out like your advancement chart, which we're not going to do here because there's really no need right now. And we know we've got our ability. We have our feat. And then we would put the items we start with here. So now we get to generating our background. And so we've got this paragraph, and inside it you'll have some questions to fill out. And there's some background stuff in Appendix A, which you can find on the Kickstarter page. So we know his name is Guybrush. Guybrush is a boy who uses a he/him pronoun. Since we don't ask for your gender, we just want your pronouns. Then his hometown, he's from Richmond. And then, so he has an ideal. So if we go and pull up Appendix A, I'm just going to pull it out of the Kickstarter. Because otherwise I'm going to have to dig through my Google Docs, and no one's got time for that. So let's bring him up an ideal. Let's see, anyone who knows Guybrush knows that he is definitely greedy. So his ideal is greed. You can never have enough money, enough stuff. I'm always looking for the next hit, the next score, so I can have more. So we'll just write greed there. And then his goal, let's scroll down to, those are flaws. Let's just grab him a goal. Let's say his goal is to rob the bank. So it's right there. He wants it. He needs it. Clearly, this guy treats money like my cat treats food. And then we need a flaw. So we can scroll back up to some flaws. These are a lot longer. So let's say his flaw is, money was made to be spent, and spend it I do, even when I don't have it. As soon as a few greenbacks find their way into my hand, they're gone just as fast. That's money. And then his family, and then anything else you want to say about them. And that really is how you generate a character. You put your items there, your starting cash there, which come with your profession. Here you would list your weapons. So like a duelist starts with, I guess we could quickly hit items here. So a duelist, there we are. A duelist, he's got his revolvers, and for weapons, you would just scroll down through the player's handbook here, and wounds, drinking. Alright, weapons. So he's got Colts, so we know the range, the damage, how much it costs to reload them. The damage is a D10, the range is 50 feet. So we go over here, put in our Colt. Damage is 1d10, and then it's going to be plus his quick draw mod, 5. And the damage, you're trying to break the threshold with bad guys, that's another video for another day. Alright, and that is how you generate a character. It's really quick, it's really simple. You can sit someone down at the table, and you can have a character ready for them in 5 minutes. If you die during a session, you can have another character ready before the combat's over. So it's really simple, it's really easy, and that's how you generate characters. We have a few days left on the Kickstarter, so everyone should come by and give it a back, give it a look. I'm really excited about this game, and I hope we get to bring it to market. I will see you all later.